Eric and Kerry will attempt to sneak through the thickets and get in range of the goblin lookouts. The unnamed elf will also sneak through the thickets a little distance away from the others and try something of his own. Hesed and Dane will wait and observe and charge in if needed. The thickets around the clearing are difficult terrain, but they aren't dangerous, just annoying. They will provide half cover to the characters. Eric, Kerry and the elf need to roll a dexterity stealth check contested by the goblin lookout's passive wisdom perception score to see if they can surprise them. They will need to roll a 9 or higher. Eric and Kerry are successfully stealthy in the thickets, but the elf rolled a natural 1. He trips on an old root, tries to steady himself by grabbing a nearby thicket, scaring a crow in the process, which squawks and flaps away. The goblins let out a screech and immediately draw their bows. He blew it, Hesed says, and draws a javelin, signalling the others to charge in. I will now make the initiative rolls to determine the order of combat. Eric moves north through the thickets until he comes within 80 feet of the goblin lookouts. He swiftly draws his bow and fires an arrow at a goblin. He has advantage on his ranged attack roll because the goblins have not seen him yet. He rolls his die twice and takes the highest number as the result. He needs a 15 to hit. Despite the advantage, the shot is wide. He takes cover behind a thicket for now. The two goblins each fire arrows at Eric, who is in range of their short bows. His armor class is 14, so one of the arrows wounds him for 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage. 7 damage. The arrow thuds into his chest, punching through the leather armor. Eric is reduced from 9 to 2 hit points. Hesed will take the dash action to gain extra movement equal to his speed for his current turn. He rushes in as fast as he can. As the thickets are difficult terrain, however, his movement is reduced by half. He manages to move 30 feet closer to the action, but is still 60 feet away from the goblins. Kerry, who is yet to be seen, holds her position from 90 feet away, draws her longbow, and looses an arrow. She will get advantage on her roll, as she is still hidden. With her +7, she gets a 25. She will do 1d8 plus 3 piercing damage. Straight between the eyes, one goblin is dead, one remains. The elf, who feels a little foolish at this point, regains his composure and moves within 60 feet of the goblins. He chants mystic words and a few gestures. Blue-white light streaks forward towards the remaining goblin. The cantrip finds its target. Ray of Frost will cause 1d8 cold damage. 5 damage. The goblin is hurt. Its teeth chatter, but it lives. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of its next turn. Dane dashes forward to catch up with Hesed. He's not quite as fast, but manages to come within 5 feet of him. Eric knocks another arrow and takes aim at the goblin. Will he hit this time? He does. The arrow finds its mark. It pierces the goblin's throat. The goblin falls, dying, choking and gurgling on its own blood. With the battle over, the characters drag the corpses into the thickets and take a short rest. Eric spends a hit die. He gets 3 hit points, taking him to 5. This will have to do. After they have finished resting, they proceed quietly into the mouth of the cave, following the east bank of the stream just north of the Goblin Blind. Just inside the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps lead up to a small, dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sounds of rattling chains greet the party's ears where 2 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite. Stay tuned to find out what happens next.